Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here, and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on my channel. Today we are back with my F1 2016 Career Mode Season 4, Part 17, I believe this is now, for the Japanese Grand Prix. And hope you guys are having an awesome day, or if not, then hope you had a good week and hope the weekend is better for you. So as you can see here, we fitted the brand new engine upgrade that we set from the last race in Singapore. If you haven't watched that episode, not Singapore, Malaysia. If you haven't watched that episode, I recommend you go and watch it before coming to watch this one, so you can see, of course, where we are in everything else. But anyway, if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to click that like button. It'd be absolutely awesome. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to my channel already. And if you have also subscribed to the channel, don't forget to click that bell button so you get notifications of every time I upload instantly, and you can be part of the hashtag notification squad, and maybe you can beat XX Super Snake into being first on my channel, because he seems to win every single time, and it looks like he needs a bit of a challenge. But anyway, as you can see, we're doing absolutely brilliantly in this championship. We've had a podium in every single Grand Prix, apart from the British Grand Prix, where we cocked things up, and that was a complete mess. Hopefully we don't do the same thing here in Japan, but a little bit of news to talk about, and that's going to come in the form of my F1 2016 Subscriber Championship, which I am still doing a lot of work on in order to prepare it for next Sunday. So, you guys now have an official deadline to enter for the championship, because I want to get a pre-season video out, and I've also spoken to someone, I believe it was Chippy, I think his name was, on Twitter last night whilst I was out, and he wanted to create a pre-season video as well, but of course he needs the teams and the driver lineups. So, this is how it's going to work. You have got until Wednesday to basically let me know that you want to be in the championship. If I see any entrances after Wednesday, I can't let you in because I have already done the pre-season video. So you've got until Wednesday as the deadline in order to enter for the F1 2016 Online Subscriber Championship. Once again, if you're not sure what they are, basically I'm doing a championship online for you subscribers on Xbox One every single Sunday starting from next Sunday. The race calendar is out, the recording date is out, and that's how it's going to work. I'm going to be releasing a pre-season video on Wednesday announcing which driver or which entrant is going to be driving for which team for the series, and you will be driving for that same team for the entire series. But don't worry, they're all on equal cars, so it honestly doesn't matter who you drive with. It's all about just being in one big championship. It's a big F1 community and having some fun. Hashtag that was not a corner cut. And so basically then someone else wanted, so Chippy wanted to do a pre-season video, so I'm going to be releasing the video on Wednesday. You guys, if you want to also do a pre-season video, will upload it on Thursday. You guys can upload it on the Thursday because I'll have it on Wednesday. You can see the teams, you can make your videos, and you can upload it for Thursday. And for all those that are recording, let me know that you are recording so I can link your channels so people can see maybe someone else's perspective if they've come and seen mine. And then they will be like, you know what, I might go and see if anyone else's perspectives and see how their race went. Let me know so I can link your channel and link your video, in the description, and I can go through and just, people can watch it that way. So yeah, that'll do for that. Anyway, into qualifying then we go. We're doing a very nice job here. It's actually the intermediate conditions, but we were very, very far off the pace, and that was because of the first sector, really. We were losing a lot of time, especially with the back end sliding out a lot, so we needed to try and fix that in order for qualifying 3. And in qualifying 3, boy, did we fix the back end issues. Now, as we can see, we're coming into the final chicane here. That was definitely all 4 wheels on the track. No wheels were off the track then at all. If you say that they are off the track, you're clearly blind. But we come across the line and we come through and we set pole position by a very, very long margin. For some reason, the AI's never improved in Q2 to Q3, but I knew I was going to improve anyway. I mean, I was losing so much time in the first sector alone that it was undoubtable that I was going to gain time from my original lap. And of course, I've gone and done it, and I'm going to get pole position again for the Japanese Grand Prix. Which is absolutely awesome. So that is going to be it then for practice and also for qualifying. Just a quick note, I am away this weekend. This is pre-recorded, so if you want any suggestions for this series, I've pre-recorded it, so I kind of can't do any suggestions, just in case you guys are like, oh, do this challenge, do this one, do this, do that. So yeah, that's something I needed to mention. But guys, that's going to be it for practice and also for qualifying. So let's get into the main event, which of course is the race for the Japanese Grand Prix.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's Ferrari in pole position then, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Rosberg, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Massa, Perez, Bottas, and Kevin Magnussen. Kvyat, Alonso, Jenson Button, and Sainz, Grosjean, Hulkenberg, Esteban Gutierrez, and Jolyon Palmer. Wehrlein, and Harry Anto, Marcus Ericsson, and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Alright then guys, as you can see, we're on the grid now here for the Japanese Grand Prix. We're going to be going on a little bit of a strange strategy. Now, as you can see, we've actually got rain forecasted right in the middle of the Japanese Grand Prix, which is going to cause a little bit of, kind of a bit of a confusion really on what strategy to go on. So, I saw that there was going to be 2 phases where it was going to be overcast. Then there'd be 2 phases of rain, and then 2 phases where it'd be overcast again. So my thinking behind this was, I really wasn't sure when the rain was going to arrive, so I went on a very risky strategy. I took a gamble, basically. I mean, I've got nothing to lose. I'm far ahead in the championship, so I thought I'd go ahead and take a gamble here. So, I'm going to be starting the race on the hard compound tyres. That means then that hopefully I can then take those hard compound tyres all the way over to the rain, basically, so I can try and effectively skip a pit stop. So what I'm hoping is those that start on the soft tyres behind me may have to make a pit stop onto the dry tyres, then have to be forced into make another pit stop immediately afterwards onto a set of intermediates, whereas I on the hard tyres could go all the way over to the rain period. But of course, it's a really big gamble because I'm not sure when the rain's going to come. I don't know what lap, so we'll just have to wait and find out. But we're here on the grid now for the Japanese Grand Prix. We've got 5 red lights here, and it is lights out where we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. It's not been a good start from us, of course. We're on hard tyres, so we're going to be very, very poor off the line. Vettel and Hamilton get stunning starts on those soft tyres, but we're going to break nice and early here, and Vettel's gone into the side of Hamilton here, into turn 1. Vettel has made contact with Hamilton, and I think Vettel made contact with someone else behind there, as I managed to avoid all of the calamities into turn 1, breaking around through the S section now, and the virtual safety car has been deployed, which is kind of no doubt, to be honest, because Vettel went into the side of Lewis Hamilton there into turn 1. Let's get a replay of that. So as you can see, Hamilton here gets a stunning start. There's no doubt. I went into the middle of the circuit to try and cover the 2 drivers. Into turn 1, Vettel just goes into the side of Hamilton. Hamilton goes and runs wide, and he kind of stays in front, and I'm following on behind there. Onto Vettel's POV. So as you can see, look, I'm defending the middle of the track. I actually brake a lot earlier. Vettel then just sort of doesn't really make the corner stick, to be honest, at a high-speed corner. And oh, he's gone into the side of Rosberg. He did hit someone. That's probably why the virtual safety car came out. Let's go look at it from Rosberg's point of view. This might be the best one. So as you can see here, I get bogged down off the start with my poor traction. And you can see I'm going to brake a lot earlier. There it is. And then Vettel goes into the side of Hamilton. I nearly collect Vettel in all of that. And then Vettel, unfortunately, collects Rosberg. And then Rosberg's going to get collected by Verstappen. And then he carries on. That causes a virtual safety car. So, unfortunate there. But luckily for me, I broke early into that corner. Or I could have been involved in that accident. And luckily, I managed to avoid Vettel. As you can see, then the virtual safety car is ending. So I'm going to take advantage and try and get right up onto the back of Lewis Hamilton here. As I set my sights on trying to catch Hamilton down, but through Spoon Corner we went, and we actually got a good run on it. Hamilton here coming up towards 130R. We've actually got some tremendous speed here over onto the inside line through 130R, and we're going to get past Hamilton into the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. We had such great speed over the Mercedes driver. That engine upgrade really coming into effect here against the British driver of Lewis Hamilton. But as you can see here, can he get a run on us? Not quite. Unfortunately, Lewis Hamilton has just not got enough speed to get past us, and as you can see, fastest lap of the race here on my hard tyres, but however the Hamilton and Verstappen are on soft tyres, so I do expect them to get right onto the back of me. On to lap 2 of the Grand Prix now, so just coming through the S section here, so we just skipped ahead a little bit. Unfortunately, Romain Grosjean is out of the Japanese Grand Prix, so all happening here on lap 1 of the Grand Prix. But as you can see here, Grosjean just kind of coming through. Oh, hello, there's a Renault in the middle of... Oh, Grosjean, what are you doing? Oh, it's always the back markers, isn't it, that always blow each other up. So 3 wide into turn 1's never going to work. Grosjean's got stuck onto the side of the Force India. That spun him across the track. And then Grosjean's just gone and done him up the arse, like full homo style. And that was kind of it, really. Yeah, that was kind of a bit of a mess, to be honest. On to lap 3 of the Grand Prix now, and Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are all over the back of me at the moment as I try and work with these hard tyres, which just quite frankly aren't working at this stage of the race. And those guys on their soft tyres really are making an effect to them. So as you can see, round the boom corner we go, and now onto the back straight here. Lewis Hamilton is going to get into the slipstream. I'm going to defend the inside into 130R, but I'm not quite sure where Hamilton and Verstappen are. In fact, they were too far back, so I was able to take the proper racing line through 130R, but Hamilton and Verstappen are still right behind me as they look to try and take advantage of the DRS zone, which will be enabled, which has already been enabled on this lap. So Hamilton and Verstappen will take full advantage of this. So as you can see here, down the pit straight we go. We're going to defend the inside line into turn 1. Hamilton goes and tries to make the move here. He's going to go to the outside line of the circuit here, which is going to give him a better line actually through the first corner. Can Lewis Hamilton make the move stick? Into turn 1 we go. Hamilton in fact runs wide there, and Hamilton has to sit back into second place. And that's a common glitch with the AI, and I'm going to say it right now. If you take the inside line into turn 1 and you outbrake your opponent, the AIs will always run wide. If you take the outside line into turn 1, you have to brake earlier, the AIs will brake later and they'll run wide, and you do a switch back. And I'm not joking, that is an actual thing. You can do that to utilize staying in front, and I did that. I did the inside line tactic here, but as you can see here, Lewis Hamilton looking very feisty coming towards 130R actually. Got into the slipstream there, but the power of my Ferrari was able to stay in front as we come blasting through 130R. Into the chicane we come now. Hamilton here still just behind us here with Max Verstappen still waiting in the wings, looking for any sort of problems that he can snatch in on and snatch the lead of the Grand Prix. But Hamilton here has got much better traction out of the final corner, and with DRS he comes flying through down the pit straight, and that's going to give him the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. We're going to still fight this one, but this time we actually do a different tactic there, and that is basically when the AIs take the racing line into turn 1, they then start to slow down, and you can carry a lot more speed and sneak in on the inside. Again, the AIs are dumb, and I'm able to exploit that, so I did. On to lap 6 of the Grand Prix, and the rain has arrived, and it's arrived at a very, very bad time for myself. Now, we're actually having to come into the pits for a set of the intermediate tyres. Now, my big problem was this. My strategy gamble didn't work at all. Well, technically it did, but technically it didn't at the same time. So my strategy basically, of course, was to go onto the hard tyres, and I wanted the AI drivers to pit, so then that they would have to, you know, pit again. But that didn't happen, so I started on the hard tyres as we saw. But the big problem I had, obviously, was the rain actually came a lot earlier than I first expected. So overall, really, I could have started on the soft tyres, and I wouldn't have to have spent those few laps battling Hamilton and Verstappen, and I would have not had to have fought against, sorry, I may not have actually made turn 1 look like complete chaos by braking early, but again, turn 1 wasn't my fault, so I don't really know where I'm going with that. But anyway, on to lap 13 of the Grand Prix now. We're going to be making a second stop onto another set of intermediate tyres. And unfortunately, from this stage of the race onwards, not really a lot happened. I'm just going to say it straight up. Honestly, from this point onwards, nothing happened. I mean, as you can see, we're coming into the pits anyway for the intermediate tyres. But I really wanted the rain. I really wanted the rain to come towards the end of the race because I thought it would have made strategy and potential battles look a lot more exciting. But unfortunately, the rain came at this point in the race here, and you can see Verstappen carries on. That's Vettel, I believe, also carrying on. So Verstappen dropped way off the pace, and I mean way off the pace. It was a battle between me and Lewis Hamilton. The gap between me and Hamilton was stuck at 4 seconds throughout the entire rain period. But I've actually come in a lap earlier, so my pit stop was actually at the end of lap 14, which we're on now. But I came in at the end of lap 13 because my tyres quite frankly got off, and you saw me go through 130R. I literally went off and set my own racetrack, which was called the 130 Narnia, quite frankly. But again, just like I said here, onto lap 21 of the Grand Prix, that's not a corner cut, that is an actual chicane line that you have to take, or you will get disqualified for not taking it. But again, onto lap 21, and I'm in for my pit stop. Now, we're coming in for dry tyres, so the DRS was actually enabled, I think, when I was going through 130R, but the track was still quite wet, but my tyres were going off at a fast rate of knots on the intermediate tyres, so I decided that I just needed to come in and pit for the medium tyres. Now, we've got 8 laps to go in the Grand Prix. The AIs did 7 laps on their soft tyres before coming in for the wet weather tyres, or the intermediate tyres, but I honestly didn't know if my tyres could make it the distance, so what I decided to do is to play the bold and kind of cautious game, really. I'm out front, I've got no one challenging me, So I thought I'd play the cautious game and go for a set of the medium compound tyres. And that, again, is not a corner cut. You have to take that line or you will get disqualified. But on to lap 22 of the Grand Prix now. We're carrying onwards because something weird happened. And I mean weird. So, through 130R we go. See, we actually, you know, did that one nice. My teammate is now in the pits. So Vettel is coming into the pits. Lewis Hamilton is also going to come into the pits here. As we come across the line here. Not come across the line, but as you can see, oh, now DRS is enabled. So I actually came in earlier than when the DRS was enabled. But across the line here we go. We're just now on our way, just doing our own thing really. And Vettel and Hamilton have pitted, as you can see in the top, for another set of intermediate tyres. They pitted from inters to more inters to then pit again because now my teammate is in the pits again. So they've done an extra stop when they had no need to. So Vettel now on mediums again. So for some reason the AIs completely ruined the strategy, and Vettel's gone onto a set of mediums and Hamilton's gone onto a set of hard tyres. Now Hamilton actually had some sort of issue with his car. Vettel overtook him and that's why Hamilton's so far back, and Hamilton's gone to hard tyres. Both of them could have gone onto soft tyres. Both of them didn't need to make a second pit stop. So they've literally just left what could have been any sort of drama at the end of the race kind of go away really. So on to lap 27 of the Grand Prix. Well, that was kind of it really. That was just one of those races really. Coming around into the chicane we go. We've got Kevin Magnussen in front of us. We're going to come home and take what quite frankly was a dominant victory here in Suzuka. We really weren't challenged at all. And we are going to take the race win here in Suzuka. But yeah, we really weren't challenged in that Grand Prix. I mean, if I was going to talk about it overall, I mean, at the start of the race, I was bogged down because I was on 2 compound tyres slower than all of the other AIs around me. I broke early into turn 1, so Vettel was going to run wide in a high-speed corner. He made contact with Hamilton. I nearly collected Vettel, which could have caused problems for my race. But then after the virtual safety car, I had a brilliant run coming up towards 130R. Got straight past Hamilton. Had a couple of laps where I had to fend off Hamilton because he was quick on his soft tyres. The strategy of going onto the hard tyres in the first place didn't work out for me. And then as soon as I went onto the intermediate compound tyres, I was able to build a 4-second gap to Hamilton. I maintained that throughout the entire intermediate stint. I went onto the dry tyres. Hamilton then had an issue with his car. Vettel got past him and that opened the gap to about 10 seconds. And then the AIs both pitted for intermediate tyres when the DRS was enabled. And then they pitted for another set of mediums. So a weird race really in general. Yeah, that's a weird race. That's just really weird. But into terms of the full classification here, Rosberg actually got a penalty. I didn't know he got a penalty there, but myself and Vettel claim yet another 1-2 for the dominant Ferrari team, and we can be very happy with that. But yeah, it's just one of those races. It literally is just one of those races where it was just quite weird. It was just a weird one. You know, you get races where you get loads of action, loads of drama, loads of overtaking, chaos, retirements. Go back to Belgium when we had that. That was probably one of the best races of the season. And then you get some of these races where I literally just dominated from start to finish. I had little issues at the start, but I got the intermediate tyres working. I got everything else working. And I just came through and I won the Grand Prix comfortably. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the Japanese Grand Prix. I hope you guys did enjoy it nonetheless. Subscribe, like I had said, if you have not subscribed already. Don't forget to click that bell button to get notifications when I do upload a video every single time. And also click the like button. That'd be absolutely awesome. Until then, guys, I will see you for what is the next Grand Prix after Japan. I should really know. This is the USA Grand Prix. That's exactly the one it is. But then I will see you for the USA Grand Prix. So do I make an upgrade? I'm pretty sure I make a chassis weight upgrade, and I do, in fact, make chassis weight upgrades. So I'll see you then for the USA Grand Prix very soon. Take care, all. Peace!